Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel for another replay analysis. Today we're going to be analyzing Alpha, who is champ 1, and he's playing some 2v2 with Mist and Killer Boy and Stars. If you'd like to get yourself an analysis done, check out the description down below. It's got all the details on how to do so, and with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. Alright, good cheat, good dunk as well. Good boost grab. So far so good. And look at that, so far so good, and you get a goal out of it. That's kind of how it works, you know? You play good, you get good things. Good job. Pretty decent half flip, especially for champ 1. Kind of slow on this aerial. I would like to see you get to this a little quicker. Right, at this point in time, I don't know, maybe you don't realize that he is going to get to this ball and 50 it with you. But at this point in time, if you actually just hold boost and go for the ball, you beat him outright. And that's not the best result because it's going to go back to Killer Boy's possession and you're going to get bumped. So you're really not going to have possession. But I would rather in this play beat this Dominus player, beat Stars. We're just going to call him Stars for the whole game. I'd rather beat Stars to this ball cleanly than take a 50-50 with him and just kind of leave it up to chance. I would rather give away possession, get the hard clear in this position, beat him outright to the ball, than take a 50-50 with him personally. Could have just been a little bit quicker to that. So far, so good, though. Let me see this one more time. So I would be careful here. Because Mist has no momentum going back to defense right now. So if Stars beats you here on this 50, which he could definitely do, he can 50 this towards your corner. And then also he's flipping in this direction, so his car is going to continue going this way, still faster than Mist. Mist has, again, zero momentum. He's starting his retreat here. And then he's pretty much past you. The ball's rolling in front of the net, and he scores an open net here if he beats you on this 50-50. So this was a pretty risky challenge, to be honest, and it kind of stems a little bit from Mist's rotation here, right? His play is done in this position, and instead of rotating around, letting you come in, he rotates back into the play, and thus this challenge is threatening because if you again get beat here, Mist is not going to be back to save the ball. He's going to have a free net to shoot on, whereas if he rotated around behind you in a circular motion, even if you got beat on this challenge, he could cut off the shot before it came through. So this mistake starts with Mist, but it's also your mistake because you should have seen that this was a pretty risky challenge to take. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have taken this challenge 100%. If you are confident and you so far look good mechanically, you look confident so far, it's only 30 seconds in the game. If you are consistently able to hit the ball solidly in this position, most of the time you should be able to buy enough time for Mist to get back, get that corner boost, and be in position. However, if you're not able to consistently get solid 50-50s and make good solid contact on the ball, this is a dangerous challenge for those reasons I explained. So guys, let's watch this through one more time, and I'm going to ask you a question. In this play, what could have been better? Should Alpha have pushed up closer to Mist and Stars here in order to follow up on a 50-50 in front of the net? Should Alpha have gone to the right and grabbed the mid 100 boost? Or should Alpha have stayed facing forward slightly behind missed. For those of you who chose the third option, congratulations. Give yourself a round of applause. That's the correct answer. And the reason being is when your teammate is in a position like this where he is about to get flicked or he's baiting a flick out of the opponent, you always want to try to do your best to be in position, properly spaced behind your teammate to then follow up on the touch from your opponent that gave away possession. Your teammate missed, baited the flick from stars. It is your responsibility to be close enough to have proper spacing and to be ready to now jump up for this ball that stars can't go for because he's still flipping, and then take possession and stay on offense. But because you weren't ready to take possession of the ball after missed forced the flick from stars, now stars has another touch on the ball, and instead of missed baiting the flick and you getting possession, you're now in a 1v1 with stars. So it's really important whenever your teammate is baiting the touch from your opponent that you are ready to take possession of the ball before they can re-grab it and then have you in a worse position. So going back again, I would like to see you recognize that Mist is going to challenge. He's going to try to dispossess stars here. So I want you to push up, not too far, not too close, but close enough that once this ball either comes out this direction because Mist forces him to cut it, or he forces him to flick it over Mist, then you're in position to intercept the ball wherever it goes and take possession. Unfortunate. Could this have been played any better after your challenge here? No, I mean, not really. Just have no boost. Teammate goes for the demo. Teammate doesn't recognize that you're on 0 boost there. And I'm not sure that he should have recognized that you're on 0 boost there, but just kind of unfortunate. So this calls for a big brains moment, all right? Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So in this play here, you got fortunate. They didn't score the open net. And then recognize here that you have 0 boost and your opponents are both in this corner. You can't do anything on this ball to maintain possession on 0 boost. The best you could do here is to take it on your hood for a 0 boost dribble, which is very dangerous because either of these players can turn and challenge you really easily and possibly dunk you because you're dribbling right in front of your net. And not only are you dribbling right in front of your net, you're dribbling right in front of your net on 0 boost. So the best play here would be to recognize these players both have given up on this play and they can't reach the ball before Mist. Let Mist come in and take the ball back in this direction. He can bring the ball to the corner that has 100 boost sitting there waiting for him. And he's completely on the opposite side of the 2 opponents. So he gets a ton of free space with 100 boost to make a solo play. Meanwhile, you start collecting pads yourself, pushing up field to be a passing option for Mist. Mist doesn't have to pass to you, but at least you're there, forcing the defense to think about more options that they have to cover. Whoa, did you think you had boost here or something? I don't know if for some reason you're jumping off the wall like you think you have boost. I'm guessing you thought you had boost here. I'm not sure why though. If you didn't think you had boost there, then that was a really silly jump off the wall. Does nothing but waste time. And yeah, that was just silly. And had you, in hindsight now, not jumped off the wall back there, right? Don't take yourself out of the play. Realize, wait. Hello? Okay. What? The replay bug is getting even worse. Now it not only it not only shows boosts up on the field that aren't there, but it puts boosts in your boost tank that you don't actually have? What? So now not only does it spawn boosts on the field that aren't actually there in the replay, but it puts boosts in your tank that you don't actually have. What the heck? Okay, so knowing you're on 0 boost, you cannot possibly reach this ball. I would love to have seen you just rotate it down the wall, and you possibly could have got this 100 boost in midfield had you just jumped off the wall and done a wave dash upfield this direction. That's one option here. If we take that approach, let's see how this would have played out, right? You'd be grabbing the boost about now. You'd probably be actually challenging this ball because you'd be grabbing the boost and the ball would be right in front of you. You'd be challenging right now, and none of this that's about to occur would have ever occurred. So all comes back to that jump off of the wall with 0 boost, like you had boost. I don't know why you thought you had boost there. Did you forget it was your kickoff? I do this sometimes. Not like I forget it's my kickoff, but sometimes I just forget. Tell me if you relate to this. Sometimes I gotta catch myself like kind of snoozing on kickoff, because sometimes I'll just forget how to kick off, and I'll do this exact thing. It's like I'm thinking that I'm cheating instead of I'm the one doing the kickoff, or I just forget that I have to like actually go at the ball. It's weird, but sometimes you just forget how to kick off sometimes, or you just think that you're the one cheating for some reason. So I think that's what this was here. You're like, oh shit, wait, this is my kickoff. Hopefully that's not a goal. Oh, you hate to see it. Yeah, you hate to see it. Unlucky. Just like my last analysis that I literally just uploaded, you look really solid mechanically so far, for the most part, like in terms of car control, especially for a Champ 1. If you didn't see my last analysis, check it out. It's the same thing. A Champ 1 looked really good for Champ 1 mechanically, but was still making plenty of game sense related mistakes, which you would expect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in this position, what would we love to see from Alpha? A, Alpha bangs this ball into the backboard. B, he goes for a backboard double tap. C, he takes a really powerful shot on target. Or D, he takes possession of this ball and dribbles. A, I see all you guys out there. I see you picking the right answer. And C, that C was not the correct answer. We want D. We want Alpha to take this ball and play the 1v1. You've got so much time and space here, and you've got Killer Boy in a 1v1. If you bang this to the backboard, that's probably your second best chance here. But we don't know what Killer Boy's boost amount is in this play. There wasn't a lot of context to, before this play to give us an idea of how Killer Boy was on boost, and he's really far back at the moment. We should assume that he probably has a decent amount of boost, and if you bang this to the backboard, he most likely can go up and clear this off of the backboard. He drives up that back wall and clears it. If you go for the double tap here, going for the double tap is really risky, because if you don't score it, then Killer Boy is sitting in the net. He collects the ball for free now. Picks up the ball that you just missed off of the backboard. And then he's got your teammate in a 2v1 while you're recovering from being on the backboard with probably 0 boost. C was incorrect, because if you take a powerful shot here, you're still 3/4 of the way downfield. Any shot here is going to be easily savable by Killer Boy, as long as he doesn't make some silly backflipping mistake. So I want to see you take this on a dribble. Play some 1v1s if you're not comfortable with dribbling and scoring from a dribble, or scoring 1v1 opportunities, because this is a great scoring opportunity, and you can get the 2-goal cushion in the game right now and be feeling really good going into the second half of the game here. Take it on your hood, catch it on your hood. You have a lot of different options depending on the spacing here, depending on how hard this ball is bouncing. Could maybe start a bounce dribble, but the closer you get to his net before making your play, before taking your shot, the more likely you're going to be to score. A 45-degree flick, a power shot off of a bounce dribble, an air dribble bump, Any of those options are great 1v1 options in this position. Which option did Alpha choose here? My man's woke up and chose violence. Gotta be a little bit better at not missing these boosts. You've already missed 2 this game. Already missed 2 so far. Not the best possession, not the best dribbling. Right? Like, this looks like it's a mistake from Mist. I mean, it is, right? He could have had a better clear, maybe. It's tough. That's definitely a tough spot to be in. And you're the one who put him in this spot with this weak dribble, okay? So you can't always blame your teammates for everything. If you go back 10 seconds before you got scored on, 5 seconds before you got scored on, right? This touch right here isn't a great first touch or second touch or touch to set yourself up at all. You're just hitting the ball straight ahead of you, losing possession. I probably would have taken a touch slightly more up the wall from the underside of the ball here. Right? I probably would have taken a touch going up the wall here rather than straight ahead away from me. And by taking the touch up the wall, you can still follow behind the ball, staying close to it, not losing possession. Shadowing the ball maybe as it comes back down, or if anyone challenges you while you're up on the wall, you flick it past them. And then this play, again, not great. Not a great touch. Not really any purpose in that play. You might have thought you were getting challenged. But regardless of what you thought, all that comes down to is it was a weak dribble. It was a weak dribble out of your corner with 45 boosts you started with. Ended up doing nothing but giving away possession to the opponent. Ooh. Okay, that should have been a goal. Oh, okay. All right, no fancy overlays for this one. Just going to point this out really quick. In this position, I would love to see you get the demo. Just really quickly veer off to your right here, right there, especially even, and just demo this guy. Just spam, swat this mother trucker out of your way, dude. Just get rid of him, and then you can still make the same exact play. Just delete him off the field real quick, and then make your play. Then you've got nobody pressuring you for an extra second or two. But instead, you just let him be. You don't take the demo opportunity just to relieve yourself of some pressure. And now, when you grab your corner boost, he's still on the ball. Had you deleted him, you could have grabbed the corner boost and made a play out of the corner. So just a small little detail, that a small little opportunity you didn't take. And now you don't just have a free ball like you should. Beautiful. That was nice. Good job. Oh. Wow, you guys are on the blue team. My bad. I said earlier that you could have the 2-goal cushion on that 1v1. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. At a higher rank, or even playing against slightly better players, this probably would not work. I would have, again, liked to see you take this on a dribble for a 1v1. Just take this, right? Soft touch off to the side, pops the ball up, and you drive underneath it and catch it. And then you got him in a 1v1. Again, you 45-degree flick him. And you maybe can get away with the front flip flick here. he comes and challenges you high because you've got the ball in your hood. You drop it in front of you and take a low 50, similar to what you just did in the last play. It worked here. It did. If you start noticing that this sort of a play doesn't just work, people are getting up in Killer Boy's position and getting the clear more often than not, I would say start taking this on a dribble instead of just taking a shot from midfield. And, you know, this was a perfect shot. It was literally bar down. Had it not been such a pixel perfect shot, he may have saved this as well. And I don't think you're getting that pixel perfect shot more often than not. So something to think about there. So far, maybe you need to work on your dribbles, work on your solo plays, play a little 1v1s. Nobody likes it, but it is very helpful for these 1v1 opportunities that arise in 2v2 and in 3v3. If you play a lot of ones and you're experienced in 1v1s, you should be scoring 1v1 opportunities in 2s and in 3s. You should be scoring 1v1 opportunities like 80% of the time if you're good in 1v1 situations. It's really hard as a defender to not get scored on in a 1v1 opportunity. All right, guys, we got another one for you. Bam, in this position, what do we want to see Alpha do here? Stars is in the corner, just grabbed his full boost. Alpha's sitting on a pretty good amount of boost here. His teammate's about to get fully boosted in the midfield. What do we want to see Alpha do in this position? We want to see Alpha push for the ball, go for the challenge. We want to see Alpha fake challenge. Do we want to see him immediately turn back to defense? Or do we want to see him drive challenge? This is a pretty tough one. Those choices are all pretty tough. Let me play it through a couple more seconds for you in slow-mo. Maybe that'll help you make up your mind. So does this help you make up your minds at all, guys? I think it should. The correct answer is gonna be D. And I've made the correct answer D every time so far. I'm not a good test maker, apparently. But yeah, we want to drive challenge here. We don't want to hard commit to the challenge because in Star's position here, if he just drives straight into this ball, it pops way far off of the wall and it's going to be, you're not hitting this most likely. It's going to be really difficult to read this and it just opens up a huge opportunity for you to get beat. Either you miss the ball on the hard clear towards midfield, or he fakes it, seeing that you're rushing really hard and that you're going to jump off the wall trying to preemptively block the ball, and he just doesn't hit it, and you zoom past him, you fly past him. And if either of those occur, you're now on the completely opposite side of the field, leaving, again, your teammate in a 2v1 while you recover. We also don't want to see Alpha immediately turn back to defense, because without throwing in some sort of challenge here, without pressuring Star, he's going to have all the time and space in the world to set up a solo play, to set up an air dribble into whatever he wants, a flip reset. He could go for a ceiling shot. He's gonna be really threatening in this position if nobody puts a little bit of mental pressure on him. So that leaves two options. Either we fake challenge or we drive challenge. In this position, I choose the drive challenge because by fake challenging here, it's kind of leaving the same sort of threat as not challenging him at all, because again, he pops this ball off of the wall and then jumps at it. Seeing that you didn't challenge him, he's still in a position to go for the flip reset, go for the air dribble, go for the ceiling shot. But if we drive challenge here, as he pops this off the wall, you'd be coming and making contact with him at the same exact time. So as soon as he pops his ball, it's actually beautiful because that ball is no longer going to be in front of his car, blocking him, protecting him from the demo. So as soon as that ball is out of the way, bam, you've driven into him, you've now deleted him. And all you have to do is turn around now and rotate back. Or if you see that, you get so close and you see that he doesn't make this touch, well, then at the last second, you can flip into the ball and dunk him. So just drive challenging here is slightly better than the fake challenge because you're giving yourself the opportunity to challenge if he doesn't make the touch. And you're giving yourself the opportunity to demo him if he does make the touch. All right. Oh. Nice, nice. Oh, okay. See, there's the 1v1 opportunity we wanted to see multiple times so far this game, and you actually took it this time. Now, it doesn't work out here, but it was better than what you had been. Had you just bang this ball away from you, it's going to be a free possession for Killer Boy, a free touch going back the other way. What you could have done better here, again, if you start working on your experience in 1v1s, you'll recognize this. What you want to avoid doing when dribbling is staying directly behind the ball like this, because what happens is now your opponent is hiding behind the ball and you can't see them. So what you want to try to do better is stay further off to the side of the ball. That way you'd still be able to see your opponent and you'd be able to see if he was challenging or not. And that's, again, that's a tip. Inversely, that's a tip for people when you're defending in a 1v1 situation, or if you're playing 1v1s. Quick extra bonus tip for you is when you are shadow defending, you want to hide behind the ball, right? You want to try to line yourself up in a way that way your opponent who's dribbling towards you can't see you. That way, whenever you decide to challenge, they pretty much have no idea that it's coming, and a similar outcome happens here, where just out of nowhere, pretty much, that challenge comes through. So again, as the dribbler, try to stay further off to the side of the ball, and then you'll be able to see if he's challenging you or not. And if he challenges, then you cut it past him, and then you would have scored an open net. Or if he never challenges, then you pick up the ball on the side of your car, and you've got a flicking opportunity to the top right corner, to the top right side of the net. Even to the top left side of the net if you're really good at flicking. But what's going to be easier in that position is flicking it to the right, because you're already going in this direction, if that makes sense. I hope that does make sense. But that's what the difficulty here is. Again, I'm just happy to see you go for the 1v1 opportunity. Now you just got to work on getting better at those 1v1 opportunities. I go third big boost miss, and you're turning back for it. Here, I wouldn't turn back for this boost when you miss it. You really got to focus, man. 3 big boost misses in a row, and I think every time you missed it, you turn back for it. In this play especially, I would not turn back for this boost, because by turning back for this boost here, while you're wasting an extra 3 seconds turning for this boost, in the meantime, your teammate has just hit the ball to the opponents, and now the entire field is uncontested and they get to do whatever they want. So I would have just been like, okay, I missed the boost, but we do not have the spacing or the time to turn back for it, because if I turn back for this boost, again, I'm giving my opponents way too much space and way too much time. I would have just drove upfield, collecting some pads, whatever the most optimal path of pads is, wherever you're pushing. If the ball continues to go into this corner here, then bam, you just pick up pads until you get to this mid boost. You know, it's hard to predict the future. I don't know exactly how this play is going to go, but the biggest misplay here is turning back for this boost, specifically in this play, because again, you're forfeiting so much of the field to just turn back for a boost. Had you gone up and collected pads instead of turning for this boost, bam, this would be your ball. You'd be beating stars to this ball all day. You'd be beating Killer Boy to this ball all day. Possibly neither of them challenge you because they see you got them beat. You take it again on a dribble, or you catch it on the ground as it bounces for an aerial play, or you bang it off the sidewall to follow up for a shot. So many opportunities missed here just by turning for that boost that you missed and forfeiting the entire field to your opponents. And now they've got you in a little bit of a pickle. Again, you want to blame your teammate. I'm not saying that you are. I'm just saying in general, a lot of people would be like, bruh, what is that possession? All you did was dribble it straight into the opponent. You didn't even get the 50 on the sidewall. What the hell, dude? You're so bad. You just left me in a terrible spot. But it comes back 5-10 seconds before, where you missed the boost and then forfeited the entire field to your opponents. You forfeited possession, and then this is what happens. They made the most of your mistake. Just slightly mishit it. I'm fine with taking the shot here in this position. Just got to hit slightly more of the underside of the ball, right? If you're flipping into it like, man, like a couple milliseconds earlier, you get a nice top shelf shot. Definitely, again, something 1v1's helped me on a ton is being able to, or just recognizing the necessity of taking better shots. In 1v1s, if somebody's in the net, you're never scoring on them taking a shot into the ground like this. This is a very 2v2 and 3v3 heavy, 2v2 and 3v3 heavy, what's the word I'm looking for? Bad habit, I guess, is not completely, in 3v3 especially, a lot of the time you don't have to really worry too much about shot placement, because in 3v3 the goal is to wear down your opponent so much, or to force them to make so much of a mistake that the net's practically open. Any shot works a lot of the time in 3v3, but in 2s and 1s especially, if you take weak shots on net, it's getting saved every time and you're just giving away possession. So 1s will really get you better at being consistent at taking high top shelf shots on the net. And this was a good opportunity to take a high top shelf shot on the net, which would have been hard for the defense in this position. Is there a misplay here? It's not too bad from either of you. Both of you have fine ideas that just kind of collided. It's okay. Going for the demo. Very 2v2-esque style of play here. Let me see this again. This is tough. This is tough to say whether it was a bad play or not. It is tough to say whether this is a bad play or not. Personally, I wouldn't have gone for the demo in this play. I would have probably veered out towards the left a little bit, made yourself a passing option. I think this is going to be the better play here. Make yourself a passing option. That way this defender, he's got to defend the dribble, and he's also got to worry about defending the pass that could come to you. That puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. And if at any time, once you get closer, as this play develops upfield a little bit, then I think it would be better to veer off instead. You know, if your teammate hasn't passed the ball to you yet, which this has negatives as well, because sometimes you will be in this position where you're being a passing opportunity, teammate doesn't pass to you yet, and then you go for the demo, and then they pass to you as soon as you try to go for the demo. So this play has its downfalls too, its downsides too. But I think just committing, the problem here is that you're committing and you're starting the chase for the demo from so far away. You're so far away when you're starting this chase down for the demo. And it just gives him a lot of time to react, a lot of time to figure out a way to dodge you. It's just a very low percentage chance here that you're going to actually get the bump on him. And to make it a little bit worse, this bounce here isn't great for your teammate to start like a dribble here. Isn't great. It's just not a perfect situation to go for the demo. I'm kind of just talking here, giving you something to think about, because neither play in this position is perfect, but I would have gone with the latter of the two options. I wouldn't have gone for the demo here. Would have made myself a passing option that allows Mist to fake that he's passing to you. It allows him to pass to you. Or if you get close enough to where the bump then makes sense because he has way less time. Say you're in midfield and you guys are both creeping up. At that point in time, then you could go for the demo. He's got way less time to react, way less space to evade you. The only thing that is bad about that play that I'm describing is, again, like I said, there is the chance that your teammate passes to you not knowing that you're about to leave to go for the demo, and then he's just giving up the ball. Unfortunately, that does happen sometimes. Do we know that Stars is behind us at this point in time? We don't. We don't. You could always, if you've got a hunch that Stars is behind you or that you're not going to have time to score this, you could always go for the pass. Right? In this position, you could always take a soft touch on the underside of the ball as it comes here. Right? As it's about here. You take a soft touch on the underside of the ball, bounce it off the back wall for your teammate. That's a almost 100% scoring opportunity, but it was hard to know where Stars was, hard to know how much time you had. All right, not a great touch here. I'm sure doesn't require much explanation. Right, the problem with this touch here is you're hitting it with the side of your car and popping it up. I guess I should draw this maybe where the ball is going to be. So you're hitting it with the side of your car, and then the ball is going to be up in the air here, and you're facing this direction. Both of these players in this position, I'm just going to put dots, maybe small circles on them so it's easier to see. Right, in this position, if you make this play, who's getting to the ball first? It's the opponent. So this touch that you make here is a bad touch because you are making a touch that just allows the opponents to get there before you. And again, you're champ 1, and a lot of this just comes with experience and play time. You literally might be like, you know, an infant who just doesn't a baby who just doesn't know any better, hasn't experienced this mistake enough times to know that it's a mistake. You know, it's like a baby doesn't know you put your hand in fire, it's gonna hurt until you've done it a couple times. So, you know, it's hard to fault lower level players for plays like these. But anyways, let's continue. I guess I could try to give you an option what you could have done better here in this position. Just take the extra second. All you have to do here is take the extra second to turn, to keep driving back a little further and then turn. And then by the time you make the touch on the ball, you're facing it. And then when it pops up, you're in a very dangerous position. You go up and you take a shot. You go up and you go for your amazing flip reset. You just pop it up and see what the opponent does. See if they mess up because it's a high ball right in front of their net and you're champ 1. A lot of times people mess up a situation like that. But yeah, just popping it up and going for a flip reset or just a flip shot, power shot on net would have been a good play here. Way to not dive too hard on that challenge. Well done. Okay. See, you've got ideas. You've got ideas in your head. You're just not able to execute on them right now. I would honestly be okay with you going up for this ball here. This is a good ball to go up for because, again, it's your ball. Like, they're not beating you here. Neither of them have any way to get to this ball before you. So you could go up here and hit it off somewhere in this side of the field. Either missed turns for it afterwards, right? Say you hit this ball off the sidewall, missed turns if he has the boost to do so. Or because you're low boost and you want to buy a little extra time for yourself to get back down to the ground, you just take the touch sort of high towards their backboard. Does give them somewhat of an opportunity to clear, but if the ball is high enough toward the backboard, it's most likely going to hit ceiling if they do try to clear it, in which case it's not going far. You could have gone for this ball, bottom line. You do have a couple options there. And then after you don't, it looks like you want to try to find some way. At first I thought maybe you were trying to reverse and wait for it to bounce and then start a play off the bounce. But then realized he was pushing you real hard, so you couldn't do that. And then maybe you wanted to go up for it here and just kind of get a hard clear in either direction. But you just weren't too confident in that, so you waited. You had ideas. I could tell you were thinking. You just weren't able to really pull anything off in that situation. I would love this. Is another. You got two options here. Really, you got two options. One, if you actually just come and power shoot this, I think it's a goal. I think honestly, if you take a shot here, it's a goal. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. But if you take a shot with the corner of your car here, I'm pretty sure it's a goal. Just in hindsight. Second option though, is don't touch this ball. Let it meet you at the mid boost, and then set it up for a 1v1. Right, let this ball come across. He's not going to challenge, or if he does, it's a misplay. If he challenges you at any point in time while this ball is going towards the mid boost, you just 50 him. You probably beat him on the 50, and then it's an open net behind him either way. So most likely, he's just going to try to buy time here and either go for the boost and then shadow defend, or he's going to recognize that there is a shooting opportunity here, and he's going to try to stay behind the ball. So either you shoot here and you score, I'm pretty sure, because like the reason you shoot here and you score is because there's so little. Again, you're hiding behind the ball, and there's going to be so little time for him to react to a shot that I don't think he's going to be able to jump and get up to this to block it, to be honest. Or again, you bring it to the mid boost, and then as soon as you get that boost, you just take a touch with the side of your car, you cut it towards midfield, and then again, you've got him in a 1v1 with full boost. Let's play it back one more time. You can see your opportunities now that I pointed them out. Bam, that's just a goal right there if you shoot, I think. Or you bring this to the mid boost, grab the boost, get 100, and then take him for a 1v1. Is there a chance? Oh, baby. There is a chance. I don't know who wins this, actually. Don't waste your time going for that boost. You know he's beating you there. Right? He's got boost. He was the one cheating up. He's got boost. You don't. He's beating you to this boost every time. It's not worth wasting your time going for this boost here. Instead, I'd be turning for that mid boost. See, I mean, there's not really anything you could do in that play. What's the issue here? Why didn't Mist have possession of this sooner? We can't see Mist at this point in time. But I wanna take a look at his perspective here. Okay. Fair. Fair. Not a good play from Mist for sure. Not a good play from Mist. Yeah. Not really gonna explain why, but nice. Well done. Well done. Well done. Again, not the best touch here. Gotta work on those first touches. 1v1s again are beautiful for working on those first touches. This could either you get that sort of touch. You Octane mains, even the Fennec mains, these touches are slightly harder to get on the Fennec in my opinion than on the Octane. But you know that touch where you just barely with the front of your car hit the front of the ball. Like this circle here's the front of the ball. You barely hit it and then it pops straight into the air. That's a touch you're looking for here. And then you've beaten Killer Boy if he dives. In this moment, it looks like a pass is open for Mist. I'm not sure the speed at which Killer Boy is coming at you here, or if he would be blocking that pass. Let's take a look. Let's go back and look one more time. Is Mist a passing option here? Mist is a passing option here, but to be honest, it's going to be hard to get this pass to him because you're coming off the curve of the wall. Right. Yeah, this is going to be a very, very tough pass to make just because of the fact that the ball is so close to the wall and you're coming off of the wall. You'd have to flip at the perfect time here. You'd have to flip at the perfect time to not just like mess up this touch here. So the pass is not a great option here. Is possible, but you'd have to flip at like the perfect time into this ball. What is possible here is, again, that touch that I was explaining, that pops the ball straight into the air, beats Killer Boy on the first touch, and then you've got an aerial play to make. Or maybe, you know, you've got options there. Could be game. Could indeed be game. Is it going to be game? What do we think? So I'm going to go back one more time. We're trying to get an idea of where the other player is. Killer Boy challenges. Stars is up over here. This could potentially be a dangerous ball for sure. Okay, it's not game. I thought that was going to be game, but Mist had a good recovery there. Oh my god, he almost got you to own goal. Missed? Oh, tough. It's not always worth using your boost to recover from a position like this. Sometimes it's good to just hold on to your boost, so once you land, you have boost to work with. But in this position, I think I would be using my boost to get down to the ground here because this is a dangerous position. Mist is about to challenge a ball that somebody's still kind of flying behind. He could get dunked here. And yeah, this just seems like a situation I would definitely be boosting down to the ground for. Get down sooner, recover quicker, and possibly be helpful if you need to be. Like, that wasn't just a free possession for Mist, right? If it's just a free uncontested possession here for Mist, then you're justified on saving your boost. But this isn't free. After Mist's touch here, the opponents could be in position to send this right back towards your net, right? If the opponent's better positioned here to just send this right back off of Mist's touch, then you might have wished that you had used your boost to get back down to the ground. Nice. Nice, nice. I really like that you took your time here. I really like that you didn't just try to shoot this. You had a lot of time, so you just secured the open net. I like it. So we pointed out a decent amount. You missed a lot of big boosts. That's the biggest thing that I remember is you missed like 3 big boosts. Gotta be sure you're not missing those boosts. And another recurring issue was actually a lot of your 1v1 situations, either not taking the 1v1 opportunities or just messing them up most of the time. And again, you'll get better at those the more you play. You're only champ 1, champion, like bronze to diamond 3, bronze to champion 1. There's like no skill involved at those ranks. Bronze to diamond 3 is like not mechanically based at all. You're not really winning those games based on mechanics. Champion is when mechanics start mattering a bit more. Champion to GC into SSL, from champion to SSL is when mechanics start to matter. So you're just now hitting the cusp where, you know, in this replay at champion 1, where mechanics start becoming necessary. And so you haven't had a lot of time yet to develop these mechanics. I expect a lot of your mechanics to just, again, get better as you continue playing naturally. But things like 1v1s or in training specifically practicing certain things will accelerate your progress. It's always good to specifically in training be practicing a specific skill, or whenever you're touching the ball, you are planning, you're telling yourself what you're going to go for, and then you're trying to actually go for it. A lot of people in training will just kind of hit the ball without any sort of goal in mind, which is fine. Develops a different sort of skill set of car control and car mechanics. But what really helps me in training a lot of the time is when I am, before even touching the ball, I'm planning what I'm about to try to do, and then I try to do it. Having a specific thing that you're trying to do rather than just mindlessly hitting the ball is really helpful a lot of the time, and accelerates your improvement. And 1v1s, again, accelerate your improvement because they force you to do things correctly, or else you're going to get scored on. And then, you know, whatever else I pointed out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video. Really helps me out a ton, and I really appreciate it. I also appreciate all your kind comments that you guys always leave me on my videos. I really, really love it, and I really appreciate it. It keeps me very motivated to keep making content. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, because this channel is all about educational Rocket League content, and it's about making you guys who watch better players. And if you're into that sort of thing, you should love my channel. I really try my best to make educational content. And with all that said and done, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace out.